Hello, everybody. How are you? My name is Vincent Calderon. I am the CEO and founder of Aspire Health Solutions, which is the creator of the My Retina Docs application. And thank you guys for joining us. I'm kind of the king of the roost here, so it's the only time I get to wear a crown and not have it contested. So that's enough of that. But I just wanted to make a quick hold on a second. I'm just going to make sure you guys are all with me here. All right. Hello, everybody. Please let me know for the viewers that are watching if you guys can hear me okay. Give me just message me in the chat box and let me know if you can hear everything okay. So I'm just waiting for some feedback here, and then we can get started on talking about what this program is all about. We're excited about it. I'm in my house, and we just moved in, and so there's still boxes and stuff everywhere. That's why there's nothing on the walls. It's not that I don't know how to decorate, but if you guys can hear me, please do me a favor. Just put a comment in the chat box if you can see the chat box. Okay, give me 1 second. See if I can. Just waiting for a few more people to come on here, because I know there's a lot of people that were trying to make this this webinar to see what this is all about. But I do need your feedback, so I don't see anyone. See a couple people on the line already. That's great. And just to introduce myself again, my name is Dr. Vincent Calderon, and we're here to talk about the My Retina Docs platform, telemedicine, and how to use it, how to do it, and how to become involved. So let me make sure I can still hear you guys. If you guys can't hear me or you're trying to get in touch with me, just message me on Facebook. And I want to share my screen in a little bit to show you guys exactly what it is that we're doing, how we're working with it. So I'm just looking around, making sure that you guys can hear me. So I don't see anything that tells me otherwise, so I'm going to continue, okay? Audio is fine. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate it. All right, cool. All right, so then let me get started. I'll give you the backstory. About 2010, we started working in mobile eye care, and mostly doing, most people do nursing home, things like that. And that evolved into working with a Medicare Advantage plan here in New York that needed a particular task done. They wanted the diabetic scene. So we developed a whole program around getting diabetic eye exams done. So we employed a bunch of ODs to go out there and do mobile eye care in the house, which was awesome. And we still do that program today, 6 years later. That's awesome. But what we noticed is that our clients wanted us to do this not only in areas like that are nice and close to my house and to our office, but across the country. But it's a lot more of a hassle and logistical problem to do that with actual ODs going to homes, especially when you leave like really densely populated urban areas like New York City. So we developed the My Retina Docs application, and where we tested it started last year in April. Actually testing out the concept, and we did a few pilots. It worked out great. We tweaked and changed our platform, and now we're at a point where we don't even need our technicians to do it anymore. And basically we shifted away from doing the actual work of the imaging, and more on the software side and on the reporting of the retina side. So that's what we're doing, and we're excited to be a part of it. There's one other company that's a big company that you know about that's doing this very similar thing as well, Shallon. They use an ophthalmology network. And because I'm an OD, I was like, well, what's good for ophthalmology is good for ODs. So that's why we have our OD network, and we're happy to say that we're building a really great network of ODs from around the country, and that's what we're asking for you guys to about your interest is. So if you guys are interested in doing telemedicine and the idea of sitting at home or anywhere or in your office even, and picking up an iPad and making money while you're doing anything else excites you, well, then that's exactly why we're here. So forgive my voice. I was at a wedding yesterday, and it's a mess. I think I'm coming down with a cold. So Murphy's Law, it is what it is. So let's jump right into it. The name of the application is called My Retina Docs, and that's I'll show you guys, but here's a regular iPad. There's the application right there. Okay, and when you open it up, you see My Retina Docs. Okay, I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys so that I can show you guys the screenshots as opposed to working on it live. But you should be able to hear me, and if you can't, just hit me up on Facebook or send a chat icon right here. There should be an icon for you guys on the group chat, but if there's not, then send me a message on Facebook. All right, so I want to share my screen with you guys, and okay, so this is the login. You guys should be able to see this, and Craig, do me a favor, tell me if you can see this okay before I continue, since you're the most responsive one. You see my my Retina Docs on my screen? Oh, you don't see a chat icon. All right, well, then keep hitting me up on Facebook if you don't see. But you do see my Retina Docs. I'm looking at a screen here, and you do see that, right? Okay, perfect. Thank you. That works. Hit me up on Facebook if you don't have the chat icon on the side of the screen. I don't usually do this, so I don't know where the icons are. It says it's supposed to be there. Anyway, so it's a typical login screen, okay? When you're if and when you start working with us, there's going to be a you'll have a username and a password. You log in from any iPad. It's a HIPAA secure site, and from beginning to end, which I learned a lot about HIPAA security doing this project, and all this stuff is all HIPAA compliant. So once you log on, you're going to see a screen just like this. It's a let me see if I can make this view. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay, so once you log on, you're going to see a dashboard. The dashboard is basically where it all starts. You have recent appointments on your top left. You have today's appointments in your top right. And then you have the images that need to be reviewed and accepted. And finally, the reports. So it's very simple. There's a appointment screen. When you tap on the appointments in the top left corner on the top, you get to this screen right here, which gives us the appointment for the day. And when you tap on for the day, you see appointments like this one I made. On the screen, you'll see that there's these are all not real patients, so don't worry about it. On the appointments notes, they'll have information about the patient, a little bit of a history. These are nurse practitioners that are actually taking the images in the process of doing a physical, a wellness physical, their annual physical. And after they do that physical, they take in the image of the eye, and that's what we're reviewing. So this is what the appointment screen looks like, the appointment details screen. And you would basically just go to this screen after finding your patient in in today's appointments. We would let you know who's your appointment for the day that you have to be seeing. And then you would go to the appointment screen, you tap on the patient that you're looking for. It opens up a screen where you see the appointment details. And then you're going to tap on the images screen, look for today's date. And here's some past images of this particular patient. You tap on the images screen. it opens up to a page that looks like this, and at that point the images are loaded up from the device that the NPs are using, and they're put into the application and then we press save. After they're saved, you'll see that the images become pending. On the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see Vincent Calderon, 2 pending images. These are the 2 pending images. The green check is for an image that looks good and you can accept it. The X is for an image that you reject because of image quality or for whatever reasons that you want to reject an image. And then finally, you just go back to the dashboard. You see that those images are now pending for your review. You'd click on those images, okay, and you would you would accept those images. You would identify it as right eye, left eye, and press report, just like in this screen here. Right eye, report, left eye, report. You press save, and now you go to back to the dashboard. Sorry that I'm scrolling so much, but you go back to the dashboard, and you should see that. Well, right here it doesn't say it, but on this one you would see that any reports that once they're accepted, they become pending, and now you're going to review the report. And reviewing a report is pretty straightforward. You're going to look at the image. You can tap on that image. You can expand and contract that image, and then you provide an assessment and a plan. Well, this is what it looks like if you tapped on it to zoom in. You can zoom in, see same image. You'd be able to zoom in on it. You would add an assessment. You would add an assessment and a plan, and finally, this is what the image would look like when it's all said and done. And you actually, after you saved it. So I'm going to try right now to do this live as opposed to looking through the screen. So let me I'm going to close this image out. So, okay. You shouldn't. Okay, so I'm gonna do this live. I have a software that's been acting up on me, but let's see if I can get it to work now when the crunch is on. So hopefully I can. Let's see. Oh, okay. There it is. Holy screen. Let's see if I can get these to come up, so that way you guys can see my actual iPad screen as we go. And if you guys can't, there's no chat icon on here, I don't know why there wouldn't be, but if there is no chat icon, then just message me on Facebook, and you guys all received it on Facebook, and we can go from there. So 1 second, let's see if I can try this again. It says that it should be working. I don't see it. You think that the owner of a technology company could kind of figure this out, a software company, but I definitely didn't write the code. So, all right. If you guys have any questions right now while I'm trying to figure this out, just send me a message on Facebook, and what I'll do is I'll talk about it here, and everybody who's listening can likely get the same has the same questions or whatever. And for some reason, it's just not letting me log on. I don't know if it's because I'm on a Google Hangout or whatever, but it's not letting me do the screen share so that I can show you guys the actual application working. So here's what it looks like. I guess I can just do it like that. Let me log in. All right, so here's some of the appointments that we had for today. Okay, Let me lower that screen a little bit. All right. And so here's some of the appointments that we had for today. And again, this is the dashboard. Okay. You would just tap on an exam. Okay. So there was nothing on that one exam. Jon Snow, if you guys know the reference. We would just tap on images to see if there's any images. I'll show you what the other process is too. So right now there are no images here because this is a sample patient and that no one put any images in. But what you would see is we would tap on there, and what you guys would see when you're logging on is you would likely see something like this. You would see a screen that looks like that has the number of images on it, you know, and then we would tap it again, and then you would see 2 images. Now they can have as up to, there can be up to 6 images there, and basically the idea is that you as the reviewing doctor can say, I don't like that image, I like that, I want to review that one, I want to review that one, because this is coming from NPs that they're not used to looking at retinas. That they can take multiple photos. They were giving a training on what a good quality picture looks like, and proper technique for taking an image, but the actual evaluation is all on us. Okay, so if I saw this, I'd go, okay, I can evaluate either one of those. I would press a check mark there, accepted. I would press it again, accepted. Great, and then you press save. Okay, it kicks you right back out. You go back to the dashboard. You see that those images from Jon Snow have been accepted, and I'm going to add those. Oh, I forgot to do something. Right eye, left eye, report. So I just basically said, okay, these are the images that I want to report onto the screen, onto the report. I push save, and now on my pending reports, I'll see Jon Snow. There you go. So I go to Jon Snow, and you go to his report, and you see that Jon Snow now has 2 images that are ready to be reported on. And if you wanted to look at them with more detail, tap it. It expands the image, which allows you to, you can, zoom and whatever, see if what you want to look at. All right. And then you just add your comment or your assessment here. There's a bunch of assessments that are already pre-populated. First thing we do is just identify what eye you're looking at. So we're talking about the right eye. In this case, this person has no diabetic retinopathy. They will let you know they're all going to be diabetic. So it's usually diabetic with no retinopathy. You just click on that, press select. Now the right eye is done. Press the assessment button again. I like to put a little demarcation line here. It lets me know what, it's a little spacing, it's formatting. I do the left eye. Now I'm going to assess the left eye, which in that particular this particular retina, this is a bunch of drusen. Okay, and then you can zoom in and you can look at it. Okay, but I don't see any diabetic retinopathy. I just see a bunch of drusen. Looks familial. So then I would add a comment, and then I would just write what I think there. So familial drusen, and I press save. Okay, and now that's saved. And now I'd add a plan, okay, which is if they're all diabetic. So I always say continue with retinal evaluations from optometrists, ophthalmologists annually. Press select. I put in I do my signature, my name. And add a license number. I do a state. I do my first two state. NY 007143. Okay, just my state and license number. Press send. It asks you, do you want to complete the report? Please make sure that before you push this button that you did everything. So take a second to did I really do everything? Because once you do this button, there's no turning back and there's no correcting this image. So once you do that, the report is done. So you press save. And then it says retinal exam is completed, and you just press OK, and that's it. Now, if you want to see it, you go to reports, you go to completed. It's at the very top there. See John Snow, the one I just did. You would press the check mark, press print, and then it'll show you the report, the completed report. And there it is. So that's the completed report. So that's it. That's the job. That's the work that has to happen. This is what a completed report looks like. And that's it. That's the work that has to happen. And I know that I'm going to get a couple questions on this, but that's how you use the platform. The question is, well, who are these people that are paying? And I'll go through some of the frequently asked questions. Who's paying? The client's paying. The client might be a large hospital group that needs the diabetics examined. It might be the health insurer themselves that wants their diabetics seen and a retinal evaluation done, or it might be a third party like a home assessment company or a risk adjustment company that wants to make sure that their diabetics are evaluated. We're impartial. We don't care who it is that pays us to do it, as long as someone does. And the reality is there's a lot of need in the country for retinal evaluations for diabetics because the numbers don't lie. There's millions of people that should be getting annual eye exams that are not. And so we're here to fill the void. If that wasn't the case, then we wouldn't be doing this. So what we're asking of you is to help us to fill that void by becoming a retinal review doctor and taking a slot where that you're going to be accepting patients for the day. You could do that while you're doing everything else. It takes it took me a long time on this one. Probably took me the better part of 10 minutes to show how to do that. But the reality is, once you're doing it, it probably takes about 60 seconds. So the review is there, and then we can always go back and review them and evaluate them. Once you press save, that report is completed and it's sent back to the client, and there's nothing else left to do. We invoice the client for the review that's done. They do all the billing because it's their NPs that are actually credentialed to see the patients, and all we're doing is providing a state licensed doctor to do a legitimate review, and they're getting paid for both sides, the professional component and the technical component, and then they pay us a fee for doing the work. So there's no billing. That's just the way that the contracts are arranged, and that's it. That's all I can think of at the moment. If you guys have a question, and I'm sorry that the chat box isn't showing up. I see a chat box. Maybe I have you guys in the wrong link. I'm not sure, but. Yeah, I don't know why you don't see a chat box. I see a chat box. If you guys want to send me a message now, feel free to do one on Facebook. Send me a message. I'm looking at it right now, and that way I can answer any questions. I'm sure that you guys have some questions because people always do. And right now we're looking for Texas and Montana. I just got a call yesterday asking for New Mexico. This is the kind of thing that happens. And each client gets really excited about it. They see that it works, and then they go on. They want more and more and more. Last year we did Maine, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Jersey, New York, California. This year we anticipate doing all those states, as well as Montana, Texas, New Mexico, Tennessee. So we need doctors in all those areas. Does this cost? Hold on a second. So I'm going to answer this question for you. Give me 1 second. Greg says, does this cost the docs anything, and what does what are the docs reimbursed? Since I'm going to use this video for a long time, I'll message you how much the docs are reimbursed, because it's going to be a per contract kind of thing. I'm not quite sure, because I mean, and that's going to be a per contract thing. Where right now we're doing a pilot project for our client, but the range is, you know, anywhere between like 10 to 25 bucks an image, which is awesome, you know, because if I gave you guys, you know, 50 to 100 images a day, and it takes about 60 seconds an image, that's 50 minutes to 100 minutes worth of work. And you know, even on the low end, you're talking $500 to $600 a day. At that point, we'll probably just contract you out for the day and see how many you get. But I mean, that's the long and short of the answer. But it depends the range. But it won't ever be any lower than that. You know, you don't have to bill anyone, so it's very quick. And the next iteration of our software is going to allow us to just do it from our phone, which is like super awesome. I mean, can you imagine? Just live your life, do whatever you're going to do, just make sure that you answer that notification in your phone the way you would if it was a text message, and review the images right on your phone and keep doing what you were doing. I mean, that's the power of what we're doing, you know. So I'm really excited for that part. But as of right now, is our first iteration of it. It's going to be somewhere in that range. I'll let you know. We'll talk more on a one-on-one basis to find out the conversation for this project. But that's the answer. And no, it doesn't cost you guys anything. You guys are working, so it doesn't cost you anything to use the program. You need to use the program in order to see the patients. Let's see here. So another question here. Thanks for your question, though, Craig. I appreciate it. Okay. I'm waiting on a question from Brooke. All right. And so, I mean, it's a newer program. All right. We're excited to be the only ones really in optometry doing this. Ophthalmology has a leg up on us. There's 2 different companies out there that do it, but they only have ophthalmology only networks, which seems a little bit restrictive to me. But since I'm an OD, obviously, where I'm going to support other ODs and I want an OD network. Ultimately, we'd love to have just a few doctors that have multiple state licenses. I mean, it'd be awesome to have like 5 doctors with 10 licenses each, just get the whole state. I mean, the whole country. That'd be awesome. We already have quite a few doctors that have multiple states, you know, 4 or 5 states licenses each. We're looking for more of that, more people that want to do that. And this is all like one project to the next. Okay, so right now I can tell you that we've been very fortunate over the past 12 months to have some really great clients that we've worked with, and it looks like that all those clients are happy and they want to see more of this. So we're excited to be able to offer it. How long do we have to review get to the appointment? Oh, great question. So the question is, how long do we have to review or get to the appointment? So this is the tricky part. This is something that we want to get to them as soon as possible. Each patient is going to be appointed, and you'll know at what time that appointment is at the beginning of the day. We'll message you with the time your appointments are. We've asked that you get those appointments done within the hour. The reason that we need to get them done within the hour is because there is an actual person sitting with that patient at the time of the evaluation. So if they're going to be taking the image at the beginning of that evaluation, the evaluation is about an hour and a half. So if you can just look at the pictures, review them, then they can give the patient the response right then and there. And that's a service that no one else. We are asking that you're mindful of the appointment time, and we will let you know that. And we even have a staff member that's going to be reminding you via email, and obviously in the morning, but as the appointment comes through, that hey, there's an appointment. Can you please take 2 minutes and just review it really quickly. So you do have to have access to Wi-Fi on the days that you're scheduled to see patients. Initially, during the pilot. It's not a huge pilot, but you know, so there's only be a few patients a day they'll be really responsible for, but we're excited to that once we kind of get this ball rolling. I mean, this is not a quit your job type of thing yet, although it will be. Right now, it's just an adjunct to what you're doing, and it's a way to be on the cusp of doing something cool and new. And so, you know, we're still working on a lot of our kinks and our bugs as well. But overall, this is the direction that the industry is going, and year after year, the interest gets higher and higher. So eventually, what I foresee is, you know, you just doing your daily things, going to the supermarket, picking up your kid from soccer practice, or, you know, doing whatever you would be doing if you weren't working anyway, and you get a message on your phone, and it's like, oh, ching, you know, you would just open up your phone, review the 2 images, and you know, it should take you no more than, at that point, like 30 seconds to review the whole thing and give your assessment, and just go back to what you were doing. So that's really what I see this being like. I mean, it's as close to like an on-demand type of retina read as you could possibly get. I was inspired by like Uber and Lyft and all those like on-demand driving apps. So that's kind of where we're going with this. And I think that a lot of ODs would love to work like this, work in a way where they can kind of just, you know, kind of just do what it is that you're going to do during the day, and then, you know, get paid for your brain power, which is a lot more valuable than flipping, you know, 1 or 2 on dials. It's my personal opinion. So that's that. Guys, if you have any more questions, please just feel free to send me a message on Facebook. Just instant message me. I'm going to be doing this again at 8 o'clock. Hopefully I got the bugs worked out, but thank you very much. And we'll reach out. Just, you know, I'm sure you have more questions. Just message me. If not, I'll you know, we'll talk on the phone or something. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. If you have any more questions, you know, send to me now. Or you can call me 718-749-7027, 718-749-7027. Give me a call and we'll talk about it. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys, you know, taking the time to be on this call with me. And that's it. All right. Thank you.